Welcome to Goadsploration, where instead of making a 10-minute video about an entire Dark and Darker map, we spend 10 minutes mastering a single module. I've been demigod in every season, including the normal season, and I have way too many hours on this fucking game. Not everything in this video is going to be life-changing or mind-blowing, but what it is an exhaustive look at everything you need to know to master A1, Cavern Lake. Cavern Lake is an unassuming and deceptively innocent module that most players know as the place you spawn before you head east to the Goblin Maze. But by the end of this video, I hope you'll see the truth that Cavern Lake is the tits. Cavern Lake has 4 exits, 2 that connect to the Goblin Maze in A2, and 2 that connect to the Cave Altar in B1. Cavern Lake has a single spawn location nestled in the top right of the map, and it features only 4 static monsters and 2 variable monsters, meaning creatures that will change from lobby to lobby. This makes A1 the least populated node in all of Goblin Caves. As soon as you spawn in, you'll find 3 of the module's static creatures to your immediate right. They consist of a Goblin Mage, a Goblin Bola Thrower, and a Goblin Axeman, located here, here, and here. It's not necessary to fight or aggro these mobs, however, as immediately turning to the left and hugging the wall will allow you to exit into A2. If, however, you dispatch this iconic triple threat, you can carry on through a tunnel to the south and past a breakable pallet, discover the remaining mobs that occupy Cavern Lake. These mobs consist of a static death beetle, on the bottom floor either a Goblin Warrior or Goblin Axeman, and along the top floor a Goblin Archer or a Goblin Warrior. If you're thinking to yourself, boy golly gee, this sure does seem like an easy module to clear, you would be right. If you then think, wow, the rewards must be super dog shit to compensate for that, you would be wrong. In exchange for your Herculean efforts, you will be rewarded with 2.5 valuable chests for each goblin that you killed. 13 chests in total, 2 large, 6 medium, and 5 small. What's more, both of the large chests in this module are guaranteed to be either Lion's Head or of golden quality, and the remaining 11 chests all have the 5% possibility of high rolling as an ornate. That means, with a little bit of luck, this single module, which should take less than a minute to fully clear, can contain enough high roller loot to merit an extraction by itself in Voyager Elo and below. That's awfully convenient given the fact that you're 1 module away from 4 of them. 3 to the south in B1, and 1 extraction, one of the most infrequently used, to the east in A2. One of the things that makes A1 so exceptionally potent is how infrequently it's trafficked. It's sort of like the inverse of Mad Max's Thunderdome in that very few people enter and most people leave. And, frankly, why would you? A1 features additional AP generation in the form of a shrine that comes in 3 flavors, strawberry, blueberry, and mintberry crunch. It also features 8 loose treasures, one of which is noteworthy in that it's a static treasure, meaning it's always present. It's located on the 2nd floor of the south side, next to the large chests, and it typically generates a blue or epic piece of gear. The module also features 3 herb nodes. All of them will be wardweed 100% of the time, one located by the exit towards the south side where you broke the pallet, and the other 2 on the 2nd floor next to the large chest. Now, let's talk about PvP viability and getting an edge over other players. Assuming your strategy of hiding in a fucking corner and waiting for portals to spawn doesn't pan out for you, you might be forced to take a human life. In that case, here are 2 tips and tricks that I hope that you use against other players to leave them as corpses so that their wives and children can starve above the surface. The first tip is relatively well known, but the second tip, you're in for a treat. I don't think I've seen it anywhere else. On the south side of the module is a ladder that connects the top floor and the 2nd floor. Most players would use this as a shortcut to exit on the eastern side of B1, or maybe if they're running from someone, they might cut them off at the top just to funnel the melee attackers. If, however, you are using the ladder as a shortcut to try to route back across the bridge, maybe attacking an archer who would naturally want to retreat towards the A2 exit, you can shortcut over to the A2 door by crossing these pebbles here on the side, catch them off guard, and give them a few stabs for good measure. but if you're looking for a really good place to hide, need to create distance from a melee attacker like a barbarian or a rogue, or maybe you just need a safe place to campfire to reset without getting pushed, this is the A1 jump tech you've been waiting for. Inside the north side of the zone, there are 4 connecting wall positions that you can use to gain control of this module. The first position is easy enough. We just need to hop on this chest, followed by this fence, and then finally on this platform. This gets us out of melee range and allows us to use our ranged weapon to control the area. But, of course, anybody who sees you do this will immediately know how to replicate it, and therefore, we're not quite done yet. From wall position 1, make sure that you are not crouching and stuck underneath the wall on the right, and once you have verified that you are fully standing, you can do a running crouch jump over here onto the fence position on the left. Once you land, you just need to push towards the fence until your body is connected to the corner piece, and from there, you are 2 easy hops away from getting into position 2. Once you're in position 2, you're only a single jump away from position 3. This is going to give you a better vantage down the hallway and put you even higher up so that you're harder to see. In order to get to this position, the best trick that I found is once you've gotten into position 2, you just nudge yourself a little to the left until you see your character model stand up, and then you're going to input a forward movement and a jump command at the exact same time. And that just gives you a nice straightforward jump to land into position 3. Now, I do think that position 3 is the crowning achievement of this tech, but there is one more thing that you can do. If you push against the wall, just walking against that until you descend, you're able to make 1 additional jump to land on the final platform, which you can again use as a ranged option, giving you a perfect vantage point down the hallway. Now, one of the reasons why I love position 3 is that you're able to campfire in this position. So if you've just finished a team fight and you're worried about getting third-partied, or you are just concerned about a team pushing in and causing you to have to get up before you're ready, you can make a few quick jumps and get into a position where you're able to reset the fight, and if they don't have great audio, or they don't have great awareness, or if they don't have great ranged options, you know you're going to be able to just get that full set off and then engage in even footing. This is also great if your teammate has to put a campfire down and you don't need it. You can use these jumps to get into an advantageous position to defend, and then also if someone enters the room, they probably won't see you, which gives you an opportunity for some free damage, or if they think that one of their team members is dead, they might overcommit, allowing you to drop down and catch them off guard before they realize what's happening. Now, you might be sitting there, cynical in your chair, thinking, Goad, you fucking fool. You absolute idiot. This is all pie in the sky Candyland bullshit. How do you ever expect us to use this practically in a boots-in-the-ground way where you're caught off guard or you're getting pushed? To which I have to say, I already thought about that. Fuck you. Here I have some footage where I'm standing behind a door, looking through the window like a voyeur on a Saturday night. And the time it takes me from me opening the door to reaching that room, torch out, is about 7.5 seconds. Now, let's say hypothetically a team was pushing in from the B1 side and they are breaking the pallet. The time from you hearing the first pallet being hit to the pallet breaking and then reaching that area is also about 7.5 seconds. So you have about 7.5 seconds of reaction time. Now, here we have some footage where I'm going to quickly get into position 2 with only 7.5 seconds to show just how quickly a person can get into position, reacting to something that's happening right then and there, and get themselves out of harm's way to control that room and not allow themselves to get pushed. Start thinking like a demigod. Maybe you'll use this 1 time a month, but when you use it, it's going to be the difference maker. It's going to turn that fight into an advantage, and that is what consistency is all about. Now, I'm going to end this segment off by indicating that there are 7 breakable objects on this map, 4 barrels, 2 crates, and a pot, and I'm going to show a time-lapse for the location of all of these breakable objects, as well as all the remaining loose treasures and chest locations. I'm also going to show footage of each of those chests spawning as an oak, a reinforced, and an ornate, so that you don't have to take statistics at face value. You can see firsthand that they do indeed spawn as ornate chests, and let that inform your decision as to how you want to evaluate the AP. The final verdict for Cavern Lake is a resounding A. It's a high AP yield room that is easy to clear. It is not trafficked by a lot of players, and if you're not somebody who is hard pushing for bosses or looking to mold their lobby around high gear score kit PvP, trying to take players down for their Grimsmile rings and such, this is a module you should absolutely look at as a priority when you have the opportunity and you're going for AP and rank grind, especially if you are Voyager Elo and below. Thank you for listening, and happy delving.
Fucking happened.